Introduction: Why the used luxury market is currently a gold mine for smart buyers. Right now, while you are watching this, there are luxury SUVs sitting on dealer lots with leather seats, V6 engines, and the kind of engineering that puts German brands to shame, and salespeople are practically begging someone to test drive them. I am not talking about clapped-out Range Rovers with check engine lights and $4,000 in air suspension repairs. I am talking about vehicles that were engineered to run 250,000 to 350,000 miles, wrapped in premium leather and loaded with features you would expect on a $50,000 vehicle, selling for under $12,000 because the average buyer has no idea what they are looking at. After more than 2 decades of working on everything from base model Corollas to top trim Land Cruisers, I can tell you the used luxury SUV market is broken right now. People will pay $18,000 for a used RAV4 with cloth seats and crank windows, but will not even glance at a luxury SUV next to it with the same reliability pedigree, heated leather, navigation, and a smoother ride for $8,000 less. The depreciation on these things is criminal, and it is working in your favor if you know where to look. Today, I am counting down 5 bulletproof luxury SUVs you can buy right now for under $12,000. SUVs that my colleagues and I have watched go hundreds of thousands of miles with nothing but routine maintenance. I am going deepest on number 1 because it is the SUV that I believe represents the single best value in the entire used luxury market today. Let's get into it. Top 1: Infiniti FX35. If you have never heard of the Infiniti FX35, that is exactly why it is on this list. Infiniti discontinued it and renamed it the QX70 before killing that off too in 2017. The result: used FX35s are sitting on lots right now with an average asking price around $7,700 nationwide. Some are going for under $5,000 for a luxury sport SUV with a 3.5L V6 producing 275 to 303 horsepower, depending on the year. Here is what makes this thing special. The engine in the FX35 is Nissan's legendary VQ35 Series V6. If you follow cars at all, you know this engine. It made Ward's 10 best engines list for 14 years in a row. 14, that is not a typo. It is naturally aspirated, no turbos to fail, and it uses a timing chain, not a belt. You are not looking at a $1 and $200 timing belt service at 100,000 miles like you would on certain competitors. I had a customer bring in a 2008 FX35 last year with 197,000 miles, original engine, original transmission. He wanted to know if it was time to trade it in. I put it on the lift, checked everything, and told him the truth. There was nothing mechanically wrong with it that justified spending money on a replacement vehicle. He drove away and is still driving it. Repair costs on these are reasonable because Nissan parts are everywhere. An alternator is about $350 installed. A water pump is maybe $500. Compare that to a same-year BMW X5, where a water pump job starts at $100. The FX35 drives like nothing else in its class. It corners like a sports sedan. The steering is tight and responsive, and it still turns heads because the design was so far ahead of its time. People regularly think these are 5 or 6 years newer than they are. If you are shopping for one, stick with models from 2006 to 2012. Check the valve covers for oil seepage. That is common on higher mileage examples, but it is a $400 fix, not a deal breaker. Test the all-wheel drive system if equipped, and listen for any whine from the power steering pump, another inexpensive fix, but good leverage for negotiating. Who should buy this? Anyone who wants a sports car disguised as an SUV with luxury appointments and does not care about third-row seating or maximum cargo space. Who should skip it? Gas mileage is in the 16 to 21 miles per gallon range. If that matters to you, keep scrolling. Top 2: Acura MDX from 2007 to 2013. The second-generation Acura MDX might be the most overlooked 3-row luxury SUV in America right now. You can find clean examples with under 120,000 miles for $8,000 to $11,000 all day long. For a 7-passenger luxury SUV with Honda engineering underneath. Let me say that again. Honda engineering. Acura is Honda's luxury division. They share platforms, engines, and manufacturing standards. When you buy an MDX, you are buying a Honda Pilot in a tuxedo. And I mean that as the highest possible compliment. RepairPal gives the Acura MDX a 4 out of 5 reliability rating, ranking it second out of 14 luxury midsize SUVs. The average annual repair cost is $571 compared to $800 for the luxury midsize SUV segment average. That's over $230 a year you're saving compared to the competition every single year you own it. The probability of a major repair is just 8% compared to 11% for its luxury midsize competitors. Owners bring it in for unscheduled repairs, an average of 0.4 times per year, which is well below the segment norm. The 3.7L VTEC V6 in these things is a Honda workhorse. Forum users regularly report exceeding 250,000 miles on original engines with nothing beyond standard maintenance. One owner on an Acura forum posted about hitting 284,000 miles on his 2013 MDX as the original owner with minimal repair expenses outside of routine services. The super handling all-wheel drive system is genuinely impressive. It does not just send power to the rear wheels when the front slips. It can send power to individual rear wheels, which improves cornering in ways you can actually feel. This thing handles better than a luxury three-row SUV has any right to. Now there is one thing to know. The 3.7L uses a timing belt, not a chain. That means you are looking at a replacement around 100,000 miles, and it is not cheap, about $800 to $1,000 for the belt, water pump, and tensioners. But here's the thing, if the previous owner already did it, you have another 100,000 miles of worry-free driving ahead of you. Check the maintenance records. A timing belt already replaced at 105,000 miles is actually a selling point, not a concern. For inspection, watch for the transmission shutter between 35 and 40 kph on some models. That is a known issue that a fluid flush often resolves. Check whether premium gasoline was used, and neglecting that over time causes carbon buildup. Look at the oil level. Some models are known to consume oil between changes, not excessively, but enough that you want to verify the previous owner was checking and topping off. Top of 3 Lexus GX470, 2003 to 2009. This is where things get serious. The Lexus GX470 is built on the same platform as the Toyota 4Runner and shares its engine with the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado sold internationally. It is a body-on-frame luxury SUV with full-time four-wheel drive, a locking center differential, and a 4.7L V8 that is one of the most proven engines Toyota has ever bolted into anything. That engine is the 2UZ-FE. If you know, you know. It is an iron block, aluminum head V8 that runs a timing belt, and when maintained at the proper intervals, this engine will outlast every other component on the vehicle. I have personally seen these engines north of 300,000 mAh still running strong. No turbo, no supercharger, no direct injection problems, just pure, simple, naturally aspirated V8 reliability. You can find GX470s right now on Edmunds, ranging from about $6,500 to $12,000, depending on mileage and condition. At those prices, you are buying Toyota Land Cruiser DNA with a Lexus interior for the price of a 5-year-old Nissan Rogue. Let that sink in. The interior on these is what sells it. Heated leather seats, Mark Levinson premium sound on many trims, real wood trim, power, everything. It is a genuinely luxurious cabin that was built to last, not to impress for 3 years, and then fall apart like some competitors I will not name. The 5-speed automatic paired with this engine is a tank, smooth, predictable, and proven across millions of miles in Toyota's truck lineup. When this transmission does eventually need work, it is a well-known unit that any competent shop can service. Here is what to check when shopping. First, the timing belt. If it has not been done and the vehicle is over $90,000 MI, factor in $1,000 to $200 for the belt, water pump, and tensioners. Second, check the lower ball joints. These are a known wear item on the GX470 platform, and they are about $600 to replace if needed. Third, if the vehicle has the air suspension option in the rear, test it. Make sure it rises and lowers properly. Replacing air springs is around $500 per side, but many owners convert to standard coil springs for about $300 total. This is the SUV for anyone who wants genuine off-road capability with luxury comfort and Toyota reliability at a price that does not make sense. The only reason these are not $20,000 is because people do not know what a GX470 is. Once the overlanding crowd fully discovers these at this price point, that window is closing. Top 4 Acura RDX 2013 to 2018. The second generation Acura RDX is the compact luxury SUV that nobody talks about and every mechanic respects. RepairPal gives it a 4.5 out of 5 reliability rating, ranking it first out of 11 luxury compact SUVs. First, not second, not top 3. Number 1. This generation RDX runs a 3.5L V6 producing 299 horsepower. Acura ditched the turbocharged four-cylinder from the first generation, which had its quirks, and went back to a naturally aspirated V6 with a proven 6-speed automatic. That decision alone tells you Acura prioritized reliability over chasing spec sheet numbers. You can find 2013 to 2015 models with 80,000 to 110,000 MI for $10,000 to $12,000. At that price, you are getting a vehicle that costs nearly $40,000 new, equipped with leather, a power tailgate, a backup camera, heated seats, and the kind of build quality that Honda and Acura are known for. The V6 in this generation uses a timing chain, not a belt. That is a significant detail. No $1,000 timing belt replacement looming at $100,000 mime. The chain is designed to last the life of the engine. Maintenance is oil changes, brake pads, tires, and the occasional transmission fluid service. That's it. I serviced a 2014 RDX last year with 168,000 mi. The owner was a real estate agent who drove it constantly, city miles, highway miles, client showings, everything. Her total unplanned repair spending over 6 years of ownership was under $1,500. That included a front wheel bearing and a set of engine mounts. She was stunned when I told her the vehicle had years of life left. Annual maintenance costs for the Acura brand average around $501 per year, according to RepairPal, which is significantly lower than the $902 average for Mercedes-Benz or $968 for BMW. You are getting luxury-adjacent comfort with Honda-level ownership costs. When shopping, check the differential fluid, especially on all-wheel drive models. If it is dark or smells burnt, the previous owner skipped this service, and it is important for the longevity of the all-wheel drive system. Test the infotainment screen for responsiveness. Some early 2013 models had lag issues with the touchscreen. And inspect the brake rotors. These are heavy vehicles with V6 power, and aggressive drivers tend to eat through front brakes faster. Top 5 Lexus RX 350, 2010 to 2013. Here it is. The SUV I recommend more than any other in the under $12,000 luxury category. The third-generation Lexus RX 350 is, in my opinion, the single best used luxury SUV value in America right now. And almost nobody is talking about it at this price point. Under the hood is the Toyota 2GRFE 3.5 LV6. This is the exact same engine family that powers the Toyota Highlander, the Toyota Camry V6, the Lexus ES 350, and several other vehicles in Toyota's lineup. It produces 275 horsepower, uses a timing chain designed to last the life of the engine, and is naturally aspirated with zero forced induction complexity. This engine does not have the direct injection issues that plague newer designs. It is port injected, which means no carbon buildup on the intake valves. Kelley Blue Book shows 2010 RX 350 values ranging from about $8,000 to $11,000, depending on condition. Owners give the third-generation RX a reliability rating of 4.8 out of 5. That's nearly perfect. For context, a 2010 to 2013 BMW X5 in the same price range has annual repair costs averaging over $1,000 and a significantly higher probability of major mechanical failure. One owner reported buying their RX 350 used with 111,000 range C and putting nearly 50,000 more miles on it with only one repair under $300. Another owner with over $160,000 million said they plan to keep driving it for years because the reliability has been extraordinary. These are not outlier stories. This is what these vehicles do when maintained. I worked on 4 of these last month alone. Combined, they had over 600,000 MI between them. Not one needed anything beyond routine maintenance. Brake pads, oil changes, one needed a cabin air filter. That was the extent of it. The RX 350's 6-speed automatic is smooth and proven. The interior, even on base models, features soft touch leather, a quiet cabin that rivals vehicles costing twice as much, and an ergonomic layout that Lexus nailed on the first try. The ride quality is sublime. It floats over rough pavement in a way that makes your passengers think you spent $40,000. When you're shopping, here's my checklist. First, check the variable valve timing oil line. On 2010 to 2012 models, there is a rubber oil line for the variable valve timing system that should be replaced with the updated metal line. If it has not been done, budget $200 to $300 for the fix. If it fails, it can dump oil rapidly, and that is an engine killer. This is the single most important thing to verify. Second, if the vehicle has the tow package, check the oil cooler lines for the same rubber to metal upgrade. Third, test the power tailgate, the touchscreen, and all electrical accessories. These are well-built systems, but at this age, it is worth confirming everything works. Fourth, check tire wear patterns. Uneven front wear means alignment was neglected, which is common but cheap to fix. Who should buy this? Honestly, almost everyone shopping for a used SUV under $12,000. Commuters, families, retirees, anyone who values reliability and comfort over flash. You are getting Lexus luxury, Toyota engineering, and Honda-level ownership costs at Hyundai prices. The math does not make sense, and that is why you should buy one before the rest of the market figures it out. Who should skip it? If you need 3 rows, this is not your vehicle. Look at the Acura MDX I mentioned at number 4, or a Toyota Highlander. If you want serious off-road capability, the GX470 at number 3 is your pick. And if cargo space is critical, the RX is a 5-seater with moderate storage. It is not a moving van. Final summary, a recap of the best deals you can find right now. So there it is, 5 luxury SUVs that the market forgot, but mechanics didn't. The Infiniti FX35 with its legendary VQ engine and sports car handling for under $8,000. The Acura MDX that gives you Honda reliability in a 3-row luxury wrapper. The Lexus GX470 with genuine Land Cruiser DNA for the price of a used Corolla. The Acura RDX ranked number 1 in its class for reliability. And the Lexus RX 350, the best kept secret in the entire used luxury SUV market. You now know 5 SUVs you can buy for under $12,000 that will outlast vehicles costing 3 times as much. The next time a salesperson tries to push you toward a base model crossover with cloth seats and a CVT, you'll know there's a leather-wrapped V6-powered chain-driven luxury SUV on the other side of the lot that nobody's paying attention to. If this straight talk has changed the way you look at the used car market, please subscribe to the channel and like this video. We are uncovering the automotive history and mechanical truths that they have tried to bury. Let's build a smarter future for your garage. The next hidden treasure will be revealed soon. Drive safe, take care of your car, and it will take care of you. I'll see you in the next one.